Welcome back, fight friends, to another edition of the Mighty Shoutout Fight Podcast. Look who it is, my man, Dylan Stone. Dylan, thanks for coming in today, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, you got a nickname yet?
No, I've been asking Kyle for years to give me a nickname.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not going to give you
Hard
he's like, your
ass.
name's already Stone. Like, that's good enough.
There's got to be something in there, man. Hard as, throwing a stone. You know,
Throwing
I
a
don't know.
stone, built like a stone.
There you go.
He wanted to call me, maybe at one point, he was thinking about like sniper, but nothing ever stuck.
Nothing stuck? Okay.
No.
Well, maybe after this fight we got one.
Maybe. I'm hoping so.
So, hey, before we get anywhere, let's talk about that. So you got a big fight coming up here on December 14th for WBC Canadian amateur title, right?
Yeah.
Against Hassan Hikmatov?
Yeah. Rematch fight.
Yeah, beauty, man, beauty. Tell us about it. How's training going? How are you feeling about this fight and the event and all that good stuff?
Man, I'm excited. I'm ecstatic for this fight. You know, the first fight that we had was spectacular. It was a really, really good performance and entertaining fight. And this one I think is just going to be better. And we're training hard and, you know, coming to take that belt home.
Yeah, you bet. And both. And by the way, Hassan, if you see this, watch this, and you would like to be on here as well, feel free, man. Send me a message.
Yeah,
happy to support everybody. The title itself, sorry, was I think Hassan. So I was gonna say, now you had a fight almost. Was that last month?
Yeah,
out of Montreal.
I was supposed to go to Montreal. It was Empire Fight League. It was a kickboxing fight, actually, like K1.
Right.
Muay Thai out there is outlawed, so they had to do like
We're too deadly.
K1.
Like ninjas.
Yeah, ninjas. Too deadly. So I was supposed to do that, but my opponent pulled out. He had a fight 3 weeks before in a different promotion for a title, and just too injured and couldn't find a replacement. But went out there anyways, and we're scheduled to fight again April 4th.
Okay. Yeah. You were out there?
Yeah, I went out there still.
Oh, nice. How was the event?
Oh, it was good. It was actually really, really sick. It was packed out. So it just made me more excited to go out there again. But obviously, I'm focusing on this one first.
Sure.
I think even the bigger fight anyways. So
focusing
on that. And then, go out there in April and something else pops in between. Cool.
Beauty. And the reason I bring that up is, so obviously training up to that fight last month, how much time in between knowing that you weren't fighting in Empire Fight League or Series? I can't remember what it's called.
Empire Fight League.
Empire Fight League. And this matchup here with Hassan.
I think it was like 2 weeks before I went to Montreal. So mid-October is when I found out I was going to fight Hassan. So basically, that fight got canceled. And then I'm like, oh, okay, right back in the fight camp.
Right. So the reality is this has been quite a long camp, hey?
Yeah,
or
basically.
in a good way, of course. But yeah, nice. You'd be extra prepared for it. Good. And WTM Fitness, Hassan's gym, where he's from, you know, they train hard. They know what to do and how to prepare for fights, obviously. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And I'm a big fan of him and his brother. Those are good cats. Those guys.
Yeah, scrappy boys.
Yeah, you bet, man. They like to go. You bet. And I've commentated their fights, quite a few of your fights. So tell us about the first matchup on the Muay Thai World Cup.
With Hassan?
Yeah, with Hassan. Just how it went in general. How you were feeling in there. Did the event get a hold of you at all? Just all that good stuff.
So like when I first fought Hassan.
How long ago was this, by the way? Do you remember?
I think 2 years now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 2 years. I went into it and honestly, to be honest, probably underestimating him a little bit.
Okay.
I thought I was going to walk through him.
Okay.
And so very, very relaxed that first round, and I paid for it, dude. He got me clean twice, dropped me in the first round.
Okay, so the first time you got dropped, was that a left hook?
Yeah, I was a left hook. He grabbed my teep and then pulled it out to the side, left hook, and I was on the ground.
Okay, so getting up and regrouping yourself, I'm just curious, what do you know? Was anything going through your mind? Do you remember? Like, just was there any sort of regrouping process mentally there?
A little bit. I was more like, oh, fuck.
Okay.
And I just got back up and carried on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, shit, I got to get this back. So first round was like, I was a bit dazed, still hurt. I've told Hassan this too. The second knockdown after that, I think it was a cross. I stood back up and I swear to God, I'm looking straight at you like I am right now, but my vision was like this. Like my head was slanted. Like I was definitely hurt. So at the end of the round, regrouped, got a little bit undazed, and then After that, just tightened up my guard, and after that, it was a really competitive fight. I thought entertaining, and I was able to come back from that. So showed a lot of heart, and you know, had to dig deep in that one.
Yeah, for sure. And along with that, I think you kind of were alluding to it. There was like, you know, okay, you got knocked down, whatever, let it go, regroup, and forget it, carry on, right?
Yeah,
let it continue. Sorry, just one sec here.
Yeah, no worries.
Just paranoid we're not recording. We are. Just want to make sure, man. Cool. So, what did you take away from that fight? Without giving away too much, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to give away everything. Well, the biggest thing I took away from that is like it proved to myself and I think everyone else just how tough I am.
Sure.
All right, just because you knock me down doesn't mean the fight's over. I'm gonna get back up. You know, so that in itself was a good lesson and like, you know, gave me a bit of confidence too. Knowing that, but I had to really work on my game afterwards, right? Tightening up my guard and not relying so much on just kicks. So I had to sharpen up my boxing, you know, working on my clinch, a bunch of other things. I think I gained the most from that fight out of my whole career so far. One of the toughest losses I had, even though it was competitive afterwards, I had to grow quite a bit. I had to take a next step. And then my next performance, I think you saw that in the next Muay Thai World Cup when I fought one more. Another WTM guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Just fighting this whole gym. But yeah, so I think a lot of that is what I took from it, just how tough I can be. And yeah, I'm able to come back.
If you're willing to learn, it's amazing what a loss will do, hey?
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
My mindset is like learn regardless if you win and everything too. Like you can always take something from it. You know what I mean? Like not just you know, I won this fight, so you know, I'm a winner now. I can take a step back.
Right. Made no mistakes.
No. Like you always got to keep working on your craft and everything. And we're in the gym every day, like completely obsessed with this game. So I'm always learning from my experiences inside, outside of the gym. Wins, losses, does not matter. I just want to be the best version of myself. And, you know, we're always just working towards that.
Preach, man. Preach. The world would be a nice place if we all thought like that. Or did that. Maybe not. We all think it, but do it. All right, man. Take us back. Where did martial arts start for you? How did we get from this is my first day, you know, Mom, make sure you're watching me, to now we're kicking people's asses all around the place? How did that start?
I started when I was 15 at Elite Martial Arts Academy. And beforehand, just to go back even a little bit further, in high school, I was always this, even now, I'm not the biggest guy. I was this like twig in high school and a small guy. So I was always getting picked on and stuff. And I remember there's one time where I was walking through the hallway and there's this bigger kid. It was in grade 10 at Beaverbrook High School here in Calgary. And this guy shoved me into the locker. And right from then, like nothing happened afterwards, right? But right then I'm like, man, I got to learn how to defend myself. I got to like, you know, get some fitness, get some skill under me. So me and my buddy, a couple months later, tried out Elite Martial Arts Academy. And he lasted for like a month there. And I went for a week. And, you know, my parents, well, my mom, because she was a single mom, she couldn't afford it. She was supporting 3 kids on her own. So I had to go get a job afterwards. Mom, yeah, I know. She's amazing. You know, she was working like 4 jobs just to, you know, provide for us. Yeah, and 3 kids. That's not easy. That's really hard.
Listen, I have a wife who earns a great income, and we have 1 kid, and it's impossible.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
Man. Yeah, shout out to your mom for real.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to my mom. I love you. But anyways, so where was I? I already forgot.
You walked into Elite your first week.
Oh, okay, yeah, my first week. Yeah. So I had to go get a job right afterwards. And so I went, I got a job at Boston Pizza. I was doing a dishwasher just so I can, you know, pay a membership at Elite Martial Arts. And that's when I met Kyle and Kieran and everybody else. And from there, I just came completely obsessed with it. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, now I need to get confidence, you know, and learn how to defend myself. It was like, no, I want to do this as a career. This is like taken over my life completely. It's all I thought about.
Wow,
all I
nice.
wanted to do
I hear
was
ya.
get home just so I can go to the gym and just train and work on my skills and just getting better.
Yep.
So I went and did that. After a month or so, Kyle brought me into the teens class, and he's like, okay, I'll pay you if you come help me teach these classes. And I'm like, no, I don't want your money. What I want is I want you to train me.
Right. I don't want to teach. I want to train.
I want to train. So he's like, okay, I'll make you a deal. You come help me with the classes, and I'll train you every Sunday doing a personal lesson with you. And I was like, deal. Easy. I was there every day helping with the teens class, and as much as I could. Right. So it was basically like working full time at this point,
Right.
like all through school, and then get off, go teach, and then go train.
Yep.
That was my whole life at that point. So
I was similar high school. Yeah.
yeah. And so we did that, and he just, kept growing from there. Trained me every Sunday, and then I met Kieran. I was able to go train at Elite Braeside. It just opened up. I was able to go do the sparring and everything there, and yeah, I just kept working on it, and now this is my life.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Like literally, right?
Yeah, literally.
Teaching, training, living the life, man.
100%.
It's a wild one. Now, did you do any tournaments before a first fight?
I did the Airdrie martial arts one. I think it was only like 3 months of me doing Muay Thai, and I got my butt whooped.
Okay.
I lost all of them.
Oh, yeah?
I got my butt whooped. But I was right back into the gym.
Right.
So learned from it. I was just Kyle likes to talk about it. He thinks it's really, really funny because when I was walking out there, I looked like I was about to get my head chopped off. I was so nervous for it. But I was able to gain even from there. And then afterwards, a couple months later, did another one and won all of them.
Yeah,
and,
nice.
Yeah, and then I was able to get my first fight. Took 2 years. But we did that also at Airdrie. All 3 of them, now that I think about it, was all at Airdrie.
Who'd you fight? Do you remember?
I'm going to butcher his name. I apologize. He's at Dynamis. It's one of the, the 3 brothers, the Achman brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the little one. I'm scared to even say his name because I don't want to mess it up.
It's all right, man, yeah.
But we fought. And yeah, like it didn't go my way. It was a really, really close fight. So, I thought I won it.
Before I continue on.
Yeah.
What was it feeling like when someone's like, okay, you got the call, buddy. You're in, you're fighting.
Dude, I was excited.
Yeah?
I was ecstatic.
Oh
I was
God,
like,
here we
let's
go.
Yeah, I was like, let's go.
Nice.
Instantly, I went for a run. That was the first thing I did. I went for a run. I was, I had all my ducks in a row, and I followed everything that they told me perfectly. I was running every day. I was, training twice a day. I wanted it so bad.
Nice.
Right?
That's how it's got to be.
It is.
We're not playing ping pong.
No, not coming to play.
Right. If you're in a shoelace tying competition, like maybe your finger gets caught in the laces. I've played. I won't use soccer. People get upset. Ping pong. You're gonna get hit in the eye with the ball once in a while.
Yeah.
But we're fighting.
Yeah.
It has to be an obsession.
100%. This is one of those sports where you don't play the sport.
No.
This is a sport where it has to be complete dedication. Yep. You have to put everything into it.
If you're not prepared, even when you are, there's a very good chance there's real physical consequences.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
For
like, so not playing in this sport.
Yep. Nice. And so that obsession has been there ever since.
Oh yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
Man, completely. It's taken over my life. I think people find me annoying because I just keep talking about it all the time.
Well, listen, you're talking to a guy who does a podcast, man. So
just gotta choose the right people.
That's right. So, what was the atmosphere like? I'm curious for your first fight. Like now I think about it, I don't know if you put this together or it was even a thought, but you had some tournaments in Airdrie. Now you have a real fight in Airdrie. Like, were the nerves there, or was the atmosphere a little easier because you've already competed in there?
The nerves are always there for me, right? Like I'm nervous for every fight. You're going in the theater of unknown, right?
Yep. It's a good way to say it.
Yeah. Stole that from Dustin Poirier.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hell, great line.
It is a great line.
Yep.
But anyways, totally nervous. Going in there, never competed before. I'm like, wow. I walk in the doors and it's loud. I'm like, holy. And there's only like 500 people there.
Right.
It was like now to what I've done, I'm like, oh, that was actually a pretty small venue. Now,
Right,
But
right.
before, it was like, holy, I'm about to have my head cut off here.
Right. Eyes are all on you.
Eyes are all on you.
That guy across the ring looks really mad at me.
But I was so excited to
Nice,
get in
man.
there.
That's
though.
great.
So as soon as I stepped in, like I'm just speaking for myself here.
That's all I ask.
Yeah, the closer I get to the ring, the more my confidence grows.
Okay.
The more excited I am, and yeah, I'm just happy to be there and more grateful.
Awesome.
So as soon as I was in there, I felt free, almost like a weight was off my shoulder. And
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, I had a fun time and just wanted to get right back in there right after.
Nice. So when was your first fight without gear?
Without gear, right
Yeah.
after that, actually, it was the Muay Thai World Cup prospects, if you remember.
Oh yeah. Who'd you fight?
Himi Low.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Himi Low. So we fought right after, and I was like, oh man, I'm like, I wonder what this is gonna feel like with no gear.
That was my question.
And believe it or not, for me at least, so I was like, oh, it's not that much different until later that night. And then I'm in bed. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm screaming. I'm like, whoa, what is this pain? And I'm like, my whole ankle is completely swollen. My legs, like,
It's like an elephant foot.
like an elephant foot. Woke up in the middle of the night screaming, immediately got ice pack on it. That's when I noticed the difference with the gear and without the gear. But when you're actually fighting, adrenaline's such a hell of a drug. It was like, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, for sure. I remember that too. Like at the time there wasn't really leather shin guards around, so it was cloth. But I remember kicking people and B blocking and being like, I can't believe I'm gonna take these away and get hit. Like, what am I thinking? And then when you're in there, it's pretty. You realize those are kind of a false sense of security. Unless you hit knees and elbows.
Yeah. Until you hit
That
those.
sucks.
Yeah, that always sucks.
Yeah, for sure. And same, I remember my first fight without shin guards, felt good, went out that night. Yeah, I'm a little sore. And I remember laying in bed, looking at the ceiling. I woke up and I'm like, oh, I feel all right. And right when I went to sit up, I was like, oh my God. I was so banged up. And I won, but I was walking down the hall with my trophy in the hotel room and kind of feeling shitty for myself. Like, did I really win, man? I feel like shit. And then my coach elbows me and points down the hallway, and it was my opponent doing the same thing, using his trophy as a crutch. So I'm like, okay, that makes me feel a little better.
At least it's both of you.
That's right. No, but the Prospect Series, again, when you look at it, that was held in the Sutina, but in a smaller arena. So then was your next fight Hassan? Or ish, like when was your first kind of like
I think it was
bigger
Anthony,
venue fight?
actually. I think it was Anthony Palumbo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
Shout out to him.
Anthony Palumbo. Then I fought Hassan. So I had two hard fights.
You did?
Like, back to back.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, man. And that's right. Tell us about the Anthony Palumbo fight. And like he's fucking stud, man. You know, he's doing great for himself. As are you, don't get me wrong. How did that fight go? I mean, besides the obvious, but how were you feeling in that fight?
I felt good. It was like, so with that one, we fought a catchweight 138.
Okay.
So we fought there, way bigger venue. I think there's like 2,000 people there.
Man.
Right? It was the Sportsplex, I think, on Testina Nation.
I think so as well.
Chiefs or whatever.
I think it was 7 Chiefs, yeah.
But anyway, so way bigger. I thought that would bug me, but it didn't. As soon as I went in there, excited, ecstatic to be in there. But I noticed the difference, at least in size. As soon as we were in there fighting, he kicked me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this feels a little different.
He's a big boy.
He's huge now. Have you seen him lately? Like, man, it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's went up like 3 weight classes
Sure.
too. Like, he's a big boy.
Yep.
Very, very skilled and talented though. But I remember that, and I came out like the first round. Like, I'm sure you remember, I came out like a bull.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
fight was just like somebody was getting knocked out that fight.
Right. And to be honest, I remember you bringing that energy before I could see you coming to the ring with that energy.
Oh, yeah.
You were amped.
Oh, definitely amped. It was an exciting fight. Didn't go my way. Kicked me in the head. And that was the end of that.
Yep.
But again, learn from it. Like, the biggest thing I learned from that fight is I can't fight like Kyle. I can't be like going there, super aggressive, pressure. Don't have the chin for it.
Right. Yeah,
I have to.
If there's a war of like not weapons where people have to fight, Kyle will volunteer to be in the front line.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Kyle's just coming forward the whole time.
Yep.
Pressure. But so I learned that I have to fight a little bit smarter and learn how to use my distance and move from that fight, right? And same with Hassan a little bit too, because I think the first round too, I came out same thing, just trying to go through them. Paid for both of them.
Sure, good call. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, paid for both of them, but learned from it. I'm like, okay, I have to tighten on my guard. I have to work on my footwork. And, I got to improve from here if I want to keep going, because the opponents are only going to get harder.
Yes, that's correct.
Right? That's how it goes. So worked on that, and then, had those 2 fights. And then after that, I went on a 5-fight win streak.
Yeah.
Again, all tough opponents. But it's all because I worked on it and I was able to, go to that next level and use my footwork, be a little bit smarter, and just go from there.
Right. And keep your glass. And in that case, you do things like go on 5-fight win streaks against quality opponents, because when the losses happen, I mean, everybody feels bad for themselves, but if you're going to keep, instead of like poor me, off, that happened, it's like, okay, what went wrong?
Yeah. What can I do better?
Yeah.
Right?
And so it's no secret all of a sudden, hey, what do you know? I've won 5 in a row. Well, keep your glass half empty and learn from it. It's just fighting. Don't take it personal. What went wrong? Get back to work.
No ego. And I have a great team for that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Like the people I surround myself with are keep me honest, right?
Shout out to Victory Thai Boxing, man.
Victory Thai Boxing, Kieran Kettle Academy. Shout out to them. Those 2, especially Kyle. They keep me honest, right, with everything, right? So I'm so grateful for that, because that's what I need, right? I'm not looking for people, kiss my ass.
Men.
Yeah, I don't need yes men. Yeah. I need people to be honest with me, and keep me, accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I have that, so incredibly grateful for it.
Awesome. And yeah, good strong team, and it becomes, I call it a dysfunctional family.
Sure is.
What your coaches see you go through in the gym is something others, your family, your spouses don't see. You cry, you're angry, you're bleeding, you're pissy, we see it all on the mats, right?
100%. It's another family, right?
Literally,
it's like another
dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. Now, so moving forward, is this your first title fight coming up here?
First one. The other one I was supposed to do in Montreal was also a title fight, but this is the first one that's actually going to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, my first title fight.
Nice. What do you prefer? K1 kickboxing style or Thai boxing?
Thai boxing.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Why is that?
I'm more interested in it, and I'm better at it.
Sure.
For sure.
Where do you feel better?
Well, I feel better just with K1, you don't have elbows, you don't got clinch, you don't have any of that stuff. It's just basically hands kicking, and you can grab a knee once and then you gotta let go.
Right. Footwork combos.
I think just having more variety and more tools in my toolbox, it makes it more entertaining, and I have just more interest in it personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I like kickboxing plenty, but I like the style, the mystique, the pattern of Muay Thai. The everything that goes with the whole package. I'm a big fan of.
For sure.
So no, I hear you, man.
I can totally see people finding though K1 or kickboxing more entertaining, because to the eye, it's a lot easier to see. You know what I mean? Especially if you're someone who's out of the community and doesn't train or do Muay Thai. It's a lot easier to see and understand what's going on. Oh, that guy just kicked. Oh, that guy just kneed, right?
Definitely.
But as soon as they go in the clinch, it's oh, they're just hugging each other.
Right. And even then, and again, I love every aspect of Muay Thai, except I wish that I get the gambling thing, but I wish they fought five rounds instead of 2.5. They don't fight 1, they barely fight 2, they fight part of 5.
Yeah,
I don't like that part. But anyway, I always hear the people who aren't involved. The first thing you always hear is, God, that music.
Oh, yeah,
I love
the
it.
Thai culture of it. Yeah.
I love it. But
me too.
But you can tell, in Western culture, that's not in kickboxing, right?
It doesn't connect with the audience, right?
Right.
At least in the Western side of the world, it's people are oh, what is this funky music that's these guys are dancing to and stuff? They're doing, the Y crew and everything, and to just the Western people, it looks silly, right? It looks weird.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Until you understand what it is, right? and me and you have that in the Muay Thai community. Like they understand, oh, okay, what's going on here? This is like a respect thing, a tradition, cultural thing. It's just cultural differences.
Yep, for sure. I agree. Just out of curiosity, did you catch the Muay Thai World Cup on the weekend?
I saw bits of it. I
couldn't say that without smiling.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of my coaches' promotions, so definitely tuned in for a bit. And for Ryder, shout out Ryder. He won his fight that night.
You bet.
He had a really, really good fight, too.
Have you talked to him about the weekend at all?
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay. Get in the gym and celebrate that win.
I know. He's ducking me. I'm just kidding. Shout out to you, Ryder. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, man. Shout out, Ryder. Good job. Good job. I'm happy to commentate that.
But it seemed like an awesome event.
Dude, the fights were crazy. They were awesome. They were awesome. And I mean, where do you begin? Let's talk about the fights. So, for me, commentating, yes. All the questions you guys asked me, yes, it was in a field. Yes, it was in a tent. Yes, it was cold. Yes. But, like, there were several times, like, first of all, Kieran and Mike Fitzpatrick, I promise you, I feel bad saying this, but I will say it. I'm sure I told other people, if this event happens, I'll eat my own underwear. Like, I just didn't believe it. Like, there's no way. Every day, I'm like, I'm going to get a phone call. I'm going to get there. They're going to go, guys, we tried. It's not going to. And no offense, guys, but it was such a crazy scenario. And so, first of all, when you're there and it's happening, you're like, I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like this is really happening. So, kudos to you guys. I can't believe it. And then there were several times that night while I'm commentating, you just look around and you're many times I thought, if you drive down that road out there and you see this tent, you're thinking, oh, there's a wedding, not realizing there's legit 100%. Professional championship fights online happening in here.
Yeah.
And for you 100 and 150 people, you're getting a real treat. Like, it felt so personal. And so, of course, you're hearing every shot land. And it was wild. I got to admit, I know because of production equipment and the TV and the fighters, but just next suggestion for the next one, if there's any other place that you could put a heater, for God's sakes, please put one close to me. Dude, I had both hands jammed right up my asshole, freezing, man. The whole night. I could see my breath. Now, listen, I got the easiest job in the world. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry if I forget anybody. I'll just try to run through this as fast as I can. So Paul Martin and Don Wanch in a heavyweight main event there. I'm not really sure what happened, to be honest. I think Don got hurt. So the fight was stopped, and so Paul Martin wins. And I think I read he's, I don't know if it's Canada or North America, but 2-division WBC champ.
Yeah,
so
I saw
cool.
that.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it is.
And Paul, it was a pleasure to meet you. I've known about you forever. Finally got to meet you, and it was a pleasure. Martello Jones, did you see that one?
Martello Jones.
And Tim Lowe?
Oh, yeah. It's so hard for me to remember the names. Dude. That was a nasty right overhand, man. That was nasty. That was right on the money.
Dude, man. And you could tell that they were just getting to a part. Like, they were kind of getting comfortable. They were throwing one, maybe two.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just starting to heat up, man. And just...
Man, he threw that from his shoe. Like, that was like... It was like a rainbow punch. Bang, right on the money.
I've never seen, with my own eyes, I've never seen an overhand land like that.
Yeah, no, me either.
Bro.
It looked like, from when you watch it, just different angles and stuff, it looked like it came, like, over top. It didn't look like it came, like, flush, like, round.
Yeah.
It looked like it came, like, almost over his head and then straight down on Tim's jaw.
Oh, I'll have to rewatch that.
You know what I mean? There was this, like, one angle I saw, and it looked like more of like a downward, like, kind of punch, but it was on the money.
Oh my God!
Regardless.
Oh my God! Was it ever? And rewatching, so I only get to see the short little replay there over and over again. And Tim being southpaw, I love you, Tim. Listen? He's been like, I rag on him about his hands down, and we always talk about every event. Were my hands up, Jay? Are you happy? And Tim, your hands were up, man. They were up. You look good. And but the reality is, versus orthodox, when you throw a left inside kick, if your hand is not up, you are prime for an overhand.
Oh yeah.
And Martello was showing too that he was practicing that leg check, cross check to the overhand. And bro, again, like Tim, I could see him across the ring, and although I mean he's not looking at me, his eyes are my direction, but you could tell like I don't even know, just stop the count, just. It's over.
Yeah, it was over. Like, you could tell. I wish the best for Tim, by the way. Like speedy
I
recovery
love
and
Tim.
everything. Like great fight. Like I'm a fan of him.
Yeah, you bet. Me too.
Deadly left kick.
You
but-
bet.
Yeah.
You bet. You bet.
The other thing that, like with like southpaw fighters, like it's all the right side when you're going like an orthodox fighter fighting a southpaw. Right side attacks. You know what I mean? That right kick, that cross.
Yep.
Overhands.
The southpaw game is fairly simple.
It is. It is
Simple concept.
Simple.
Anyway. Yeah.
But yeah, that was like flush. Man.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Flush.
Yep. Right on the money. Congratulations, Martello, new champ. That was great.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, that was great. And Tim, I was just so concerned that I was so relieved. I just sent him a message later in the night, like, win, loss, I don't care, man. I just hope you're okay.
Yeah.
And he sent me hey, yeah, I went to the hospital. I got checked out. We're all good. Minor headache. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
whew, thank God. Thank God. That was big. So,
Those are big boys, right? Like that weight,
Yeah, man.
like, any shot, doesn't matter
Right.
who you are. You can go down. Does not matter who you are.
well, and I've said in the last 2 previous podcasts, I don't often get to see fighters that big fight with my own
Yeah.
eyes. So I was hoping it would go a little longer, but, obviously Martello didn't follow the script.
No, he didn't follow that.
Yeah, man, that was big. That was by far the biggest KO of the night. I mean, on any night, that's going to be the biggest one.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
big.
that was a big KO.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
And the other really, really exciting one was the one championship. Tyler Nicholson. I can't remember the other guy's name.
Ahmed Alatma. I'm sorry if I got that incorrect. I'm just trying to pull it off the top of my head, man. I'm sorry.
That guy was sharp.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Rami Elite. Great dude. Phenomenal coach. And holy shit, that show, hey?
Yeah.
Man. Okay. I don't know if I should say it. I'm going to.
Say it.
I'll tell you that I had Tyler as one of the favorites.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win the whole thing.
But I also didn't know Ahmed. I didn't really know him.
Yeah, me either.
And everybody I talked to that knew Ahmed said, no, he's going to win. I was like, oh, okay. And whew, boy.
He proved it.
Holy cow, yeah. God, Tyler, man, got up. I don't know how. He ate one, maybe 2. Again, I'm trying to recall this.
Yeah.
1, 2, possibly 3 flush head kicks, man, and just kept fighting.
yeah.
And kudos to him. I like Tyler as a man, and I explained that to you and as a fighter, so that hurt my feelings to see. I like Tyler, but, man, Ahmed, and super respectful young man. It's easy to cheer for people like that, for sure.
100%.
For sure. Whew.
I remember leading up to the fight, seeing this guy on the Muay Thai World Cup posts. I'm watching him hit pads and stuff with his coach, and I looked at his Instagram a little bit, and I'm like, man, this guy's really sharp. This guy looks good.
Yeah. Calm, composed.
Yeah, very
little
calm
gloves.
and relaxed,
Yep.
right? And you saw it too in the fight. He was good footwork, and just timed it perfectly. Those head kicks.
Yeah, very impressive. Did you see the first Road to One fight?
The first one? No, I missed
Eduardo
that one.
versus Devin. I think I got that right. I'm sorry, man.
How did that one go?
Okay, hold up. I might have this wrong. Was it Devin Weeks? Oh, sorry, man. There's so many fights. I'm sorry. Eduardo Macias. Did I get that? I'm so sorry, fellas. But right before that happened, I said, okay, we're gonna get to the professional portion of the show, commentating. Of course, I'm talking, and I said, if you guys haven't seen what Muay Thai looks like in 4-ounce gloves, hold on to your hats.
Oh yeah.
And those fucking boys tore each other apart. Blue corners looks like it's about to win. Gets smacked, it switches. Momentum shifted all fight.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, the entertaining fight.
And again, one of those things where you're do you 100 people realize what you're seeing here? It's madness, man. Madness.
No.
Sorry, you're going to say something?
No. That whole event though was crazy.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Everybody there, it was only 150 people. They got a real treat, like you were saying earlier. Everybody looked like they were ringside, basically.
Yeah.
Everybody,
exactly.
not a bad seat in this tent, in this onion.
Yep.
So, shout out to Kieran and Michael Fitzpatrick for figuring that out, because that's not an easy fix. Venue change.
I genuinely didn't think it was going to happen. I'm amazed. I really am.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful to be part of it. It was crazy. It was crazy for everybody. But again, I kept saying, I have the easiest job in the world.
Yeah.
I just have to sit down during fight time and get excited.
Yeah.
So I just rolled with the punches, man. I don't have fighters here. I'm not cutting weight. I'm not the guy answering the phone calls, Mike and Kieran. So I just took it all in, man, and I'm so happy that I was part of that.
It was sick.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Cool. I wish I could have been there in person, to be honest.
I would have got real FOMO if I missed that.
Yeah.
In real life.
Oh, for sure.
Shea Wedderburn fought Oliver Moore. Oliver, one of my new best friends with his shirt. Oh, and Tyler Nicholson I saw you, buddy. I saw you. I took a picture of Shout Out Podcast shirt to the ring, buddy. All my new best friends everywhere.
All your friends everywhere.
That's it. Oliver Moore and Shea Wedderburn. Shea Wedderburn was so much taller.
She's like usually taller too than most of her opponents. She's a giant.
And in this case, it was very different. And Oliver just couldn't do anything in the clinch. And not to like I was saying, commentating. I don't even know if she can get the knees up to the body. Like she's so tall.
Yeah, and Shay's really good in the clinch too.
Yeah. And so the game plan was pretty much written on the wall early. So Shay won, and her family got involved. They were all tears and celebrating. To be honest, I was happy to be part of them. Yeah, I was happy to be part of that moment too. To be honest, I let her talk on the mic good and long because this is happening again in front of like 100 people, and what a moment for them. So I'm happy I was part of that. Oliver, credit to you. I've said this to you already. You didn't die at all. You tried to win until the final bell, and like I'm a fan of that. You know, don't concede. Just never say die, because I think that's that mindset. Even in most fighters, I believe 80. I'm just pulling the number out of my ass. 85% of these people don't have that. They're good fighters, but they know shit. This doesn't go my way, so they'll play safe. Yeah, it's only those few that no to the end. You know?
Yeah, like that's one thing you can't teach, isn't it?
No, correct. That's
right?
it. That's
like just either you have it or you don't, and that's just the way it is.
I recognized early I don't. Like I'm honest. I did.
At least you're honest.
I'm honest. I'd like to say I'm plenty tough. I like to fight. I've had every broken bone sparring on the gym floor, but I recognized it's that I don't have.
Yeah.
And I found by about the 10, 12 fight mark, people are starting to have it more and more and more and more. So I was like, I can't. I'm not. That's not me. Yeah. So now I'm talking to Mike like an asshole. And I teach and I coach. Come on, give myself some credit.
A little bit. Pat yourself in the back.
There you go. Jerry Liu versus Eddie Mong. So Eddie fought Tim Lowe at the Muay Thai World Cup a little while ago, and this was a good fight. And it was close, and then it was starting to lean a bit towards Jerry. You know what I think of how Jerry's fight style is? Death of 1,000 cuts, I called it.
Yeah.
Or death by 1,000 cuts, or kind of like let's say you're 5'10" and you're in a 6-foot pool. So every time you keep trying to come up for air, Jerry just keep popping you back down.
Popping it down.
Yeah. And so very impressive, very slick style. So he's the new light heavyweight champ. And by the way, taking off to Australia soon, buddy. We'll see you in a few years. I'm a little jealous. Go do Muay Thai down there. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. They got a good Muay Thai community out in Australia.
I love it. I really follow it hard. Yep.
Because a lot of them just go over and fly. Because it's not. I don't think it's a long flight just off to Thailand. So like a lot of them just go and fight all the time out in Thailand, come back.
That's right. And Thai's there too.
Dream.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yep. And then the other. I'm gonna make sure I got all the title fights here. The other Road to One tournament we had was Hani Siam. I called you Hani Taco, man. I'm sorry. I know. That's what's written on the sheet, man. I'm sorry,
Dude,
man. I'm sorry.
I used to think the same thing when he came out here. And he fought Aaron Wilson.
Aaron Wilson, yep.
Yeah, and he fought for the
friend of the show.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron. When they fought, I was like, "Oh, Hani Taco," and then I see the poster. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. Which one is it? Yeah. Sorry, man. I just
maybe just likes tacos. I don't know.
Yeah, I should find out. Hey,
yeah, you should.
It was a pleasure, man. I call that guy an octopus. He fought Alex Bryan from New Energy Muay Thai. Shout out to Mr. Crawley, and Alex has good hands, man, and he caught Hani a few times, but the second Hani could grab him, like literally an octopus, like he just could not get him off him.
Yeah.
It was super impressive from Hani. And it was a pleasure to speak center ring with you as well, sir. So I believe that Ahmed is going to go to the finals, which means it's going to be Eduardo versus Hani in the semis. So to be honest, I think it's going to be a very similar style to what Hani already had, puncher versus clincher.
Yeah.
So
always exciting, at least for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like a clash of styles. Let's see who can make theirs work. Yeah, for sure. Lots of junior fights as well. I mean, so many names I can't even remember. But shout out to Ryder, shout out to Mason, shout out to Kai. Man, it was Faiza had a hell of a fight too. She fought a girl from France, and I'll tell you what, I thought that was so slick. Most people, for the most part, when they're in the clinch, it's kind of left leg forward because that's your stance.
Yeah.
Maybe she is southpaw, I don't recall. But in the clinch, she would step southpaw and open up, that body side and just plant left knees. Brilliant.
Just
you don't see a lot of people do that.
No.
And she's like, what, 12, 13, 10, 11, somewhere around there? That's brilliant.
No, that's a really, really good technique.
Yeah, you bet, man. Great fights. That was a good fight.
I missed the junior portion of the fights, but I heard a lot of good things about it, though.
Yeah. A lot of, I'll be real, a lot of weird decisions, but I have nothing to do with that. I just call the fights. It has nothing to do with me. But so let's say that exact same opportunity comes. Maybe, let's say it's planned. Hey, we're going back to the tent. Are you fighting?
I'd love to.
Dude.
I'll take any fights I can get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all I want to do is fight at this point and just keep building up my resume.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Shit, forgot one. I really am a big fan of Thomas Mandra. Thomas Mandra fought Theo Tony, and again, massive height discrepancy. And Thomas Mandra's a dangerous cat, man. So he comes away with another WBC title. I apologize, Thomas. I'm a huge fan of watching you.
Personally, with Thomas, I think he's like the best. Besides Jake, obviously, now he's gone off to one championship and everything. But I think he's the best in Canada.
I was too pussy to say that, so thanks. Because I agree.
Same with Jerry. I wanted to say that earlier. Like, I love Jerry's style.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone beating them. Those two.
Yeah.
I don't see it personally, at least anytime soon, unless someone pops out of the woodworks that I'm unaware of.
That's why they're the champ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why they're the champ. But Jerry's style, man, his footwork is unreal.
Yeah, he uses the whole ring.
The whole ring.
Yep.
It's like you're playing cat and mouse the whole time with him, right?
Yep.
He's moving, hits you, moves, just making you miss the whole time.
Yep. Nothing overcommitted. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, big fan.
Very calm. Like, Jerry's hell of a fighter.
The slippery eel. Scary Jerry.
Literally, he is a slippery eel.
Hey, I also want to give a shout out to Thomas. This is why I just remembered, and I apologize for forgetting. If I had to be honest, it's easy to kind of be shitty about where we were and the circumstances. It could be. And shout out to Thomas posting, if this is how I have to fight professional in Ontario, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's a fighter's fighter right there.
100%.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. That was cool to see.
We need to get more of it. That's all it is.
Yep.
Getting more fights, especially professional fights, at least out east.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of it's like outlawed and stuff like that. Quebec, you can't even do Muay Thai.
And look how many amateur cards they have.
I know.
Like, there's so many. Like,
So many
those
amateurs.
guys, so many want to turn pro.
Yeah,
And
100%.
fight in front of their people, not our people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I get that. You want your hometown crowd professionally instead of being the visitor all the time.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I also want to give a quick shout out to my old time friend Adam Higson. Adam, it's been a long time. I'm gonna be real. I was wondering, like, why does that guy keep looking at me? Like, am I supposed to know you? And then he just had a side profile. I'm like, holy shit, I know you. Never mind. It was really good to see you, man. You were one of the highlights of my weekend. I love reconnecting with people. If you could take away all my martial arts memories for $10 million. Well, maybe I'd do it, but you get the point.
Yeah, that kind of money.
Yeah, you get the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was cool, man. I was so happy to be part of that. It was wild, bro. What a weekend. What a weekend. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not making fun of anybody, but dude, I was slivers away from being stranded in Belleville, Ontario.
Oh, really? That sounds awful, mate.
My ride was supposed to go back, or we thought, on Saturday morning. Like, no, we're leaving after the fights. And then I was like, okay, I'll get a ride with Tim and Jerry. Like, no, we got a ride. And then it's like, okay, I got a ride for you. Okay, well, they had no room. And it wasn't, shout out to you, Ryan. You know which Ryan I'm talking about. I don't answer weird phone calls. Like, if I don't have your number, just leave a voicemail. I'm busy. And I'm there, and I see a Calgary number, and I'm like, who the hell's this? And I answer it, and it's Ryan. Hey, man. Hey, Tim tells me that you need a ride back to London. I'm like, are you God? Like, did you hear me? Like, yes. If he didn't pick me up, I was stranded.
That sucks, man. That's an awful feeling. You're stranded, like not far away from home.
Sure. And I'm not poking fun. I'm not saying, fuck you guys, look what you did to me. It was just like, just kind of like the rest of the weekend. Like, just another adventure. Like, I didn't take it personal, but dude, I was the very last person there of the whole event.
Oh, really?
Fighters, coaches, organizers, everything. The very last, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I loved it, man.
Helping tear down the tent, eh?
No kidding, yeah. Great. Loved the adventure, man. Anyway, there you go. The Muay Thai World Cup. That was something. I don't think I missed anybody. I'm really sorry.
I think that was it.
And, man, I don't know if they're going to catch me on video or someone's got a picture, but when Tim got knocked out, my jaw was on the floor. I remember specifically just like,
yeah,
mouth wide open, like, yes, it's Tim, my friend,
Yeah.
and my teammate, but that was fucking huge.
Yeah,
Like,
to be honest, I didn't expect it either.
man, you just don't see KOs live like that clean. Holy cow, man.
No, it's rare.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Now listen, I know we don't have too much time left. You got to get going. But I'm just curious. I always ask people who are fighting, been around a little while. What's your thoughts between one championship? What do you think of one championship? Do you like it? Do you ever want to be part of it? Is that something in your future?
Dude, that's my dream.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Whatever, like, by the time I get there, like whatever the highest level where I compete with the best, that's my dream. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, I love one championship though. I think what they're doing, like with Friday night fights, is super entertaining.
Yeah.
I love that, like, you get to see competition regularly.
Yep.
I love the fights that they put on. The only thing, like, I could say that kind of critique about it is, like, I wish they brought up fighters more.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing, Super Bond and Anawat go at it.
Yeah.
But, like, how many fights are we going to see of those people,
Yep.
Like, I want to see someone new, like, come through the rankings, built up.
Right. Yeah, let us follow them.
Yeah. Like, growing them up.
This guy comes in, then he never fights again. New guy and that guy and this guy. And,
Yeah,
it's hard to follow a little bit. Yeah.
100%. And that's the only thing I wish about it. But besides that, I find, one championship super entertaining, especially in Muay Thai and those little gloves. It changes it, man.
For sure.
Those little gloves definitely change it.
So you have interest in little gloves, do you?
I would do it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
100%.
Okay.
Money's there.
Yeah, for sure.
At that point. My face might be all butchered up, but definitely it's a dream of mine. I want to definitely put on those little gloves and just get a feel for it.
Sure. Yeah, man. That's a good... Nobody wants to feel for those.
Just the experience.
Yeah,
just the
I
experience
hear you.
of it.
Just messing. Yeah, man. It's something else, and it's obvious. I see it's very polarizing. Like the Muay Thai community seems to either love it or hate it, but you're not indifferent. Nobody seems to have that opinion. Personally, I love it. I just love Muay Thai. I love the RWS. I love one championship. I love watching IFMA fights. I love just love it all, man. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Loved RWS too.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah,
You bet.
great fights. Like Joe Ryan, he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, you
Dude
bet,
is
man.
so slick, slick. And I always actually had the opportunity when I did go out to Thailand for the WBC World Championships.
Yep.
I was actually at the gym he was training at with JP Gallagher.
Oh,
Nico
yeah.
Carrillo's
Yep.
head coach.
Yeah, you bet.
And I think right afterwards he was over there. So, but Joe Ryan, man, he's got a phenomenal like reach, like with his teep and his roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
That dude is such a master at like controlling the distance.
Yeah, with beautiful technique.
Oh,
man.
beautiful technique.
Beautiful
technique.
guard. Yeah, you bet.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned Thailand World Championships.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? How was that for an experience, man?
Amazing, man. First time, like, a bit of a culture shock, not gonna lie. Yeah,
Yeah,
going out
very
to
true.
Thailand is way different.
Very
man.
true.
Way different. But loved it. We got a fight at Lumpini Park.
Oh, cool.
The finalists got to go fight in Lumpini.
Nice.
Which was really, really cool.
Sure.
So being around all of that, all these different countries and everything, it was a really, really cool experience.
How'd you do?
I got third.
Nice.
We got to fight twice. So first fight, I fought against US.
Okay.
Absolutely battered this guy.
Okay,
His
okay.
leg was completely black. I kept landing these low kicks on him. I don't think he checked a single one. I saw it afterwards. His whole quad was like completely black.
That's not a fun plane ride.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
So we fought, and then I fought the same day. Yeah, I got to fight twice that day, and they're 3-minute rounds.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
three
good,
threes.
good.
And then I got to fight against Germany. That was really cool. He was a little bit more handsy, and I lost that one by split decision. I thought I won it, but
Shitty.
it was really, really close, and it is how it is.
Sure.
But I was that close to getting, like, be able to
man.
fight in the finals and Lumpini. But I'm hoping to go out again and do it one more time. I think there's one coming up in the summer. I
Nice.
think just not in Thailand. I think it's in Italy.
Right. Yep.
But I'd love to do that.
Nice. And losses like that, a split decision that I thought I won that almost got me to the finals, that'll keep you hungry.
Oh, 100%.
If you just win everything you do, you'll quit.
Yeah.
Keeps you hungry.
Keeps you hungry.
Nice, man.
That's it.
How long are you there for?
I was there for 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. That's a good
2
long trip.
weeks. Yeah, like I got a few days there, so I got to train a little bit. And then after that, fight. And then I just experience Thailand. Yeah,
Just
really,
the experience.
Really cool. Yeah, we're in Bangkok, so we went out like Koh San Road and like went to some Buddhist temples and stuff.
Nice.
Really, really cool place.
Well, and I think, and shout out to Trevor Smanich, he told me this a long time ago. Learn to cut weight and travel and have to go through that adversity before you turn pro.
Yeah.
Right? Get used to that shit.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah, I never forgot that. Shout out to you, Trev. All right, man. I know you got to get going right away because we live the lifestyle. I got to go teach.
Yeah.
2 questions for you. Number 1, you can only give one shout out to one person.
One person.
Who is it?
Kyle Messenger.
Kyle, my friend Messenger.
He's been putting so much effort into me, especially this fight camp and just in general. Like, I want to give also to Kieran as well. These
the only
two.
one. No, I'm just
I only
kidding.
give one.
Go ahead. It's okay. Yeah, just kidding.
But like they both put so much effort into me, especially Kyle. Like, training hard, but not even that. Like, life as well. This guy taught me how to drive, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah, Kyle taught me how to drive. So if I'm a bad driver, you know who to blame.
It's not me. It's Kyle.
It's Kyle.
Awesome.
But yeah, like helped me so many ways in life.
Nice. Right on, man. Shout out to you, Kyle and Kieran. And both of you guys have helped me out as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Who are your top 3 favorite fighters of all time and why?
Top 3. First one, Jonathan Haggerty.
Jonathan the General Haggerty.
Yeah, he's my all-time favorite.
Yeah?
I'm a super fan of him.
Sure. It's easy to be. Don't get me wrong. It's easy.
Oh, 100%. Yep. He's got such a unique style. And I love how he carries himself, too. But, like, I told you, I think, earlier when we were doing, like, some pads and stuff like that. I watch his fight probably, at least one of them, once a day.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I'm a super fan of this guy.
Lock your doors, Haggerty.
Not that super. But yeah, Jonathan Haggerty, all-time favorite. I love his styles. He's got like a phenomenal like lead side, strong jab, good switch kick, good teep, which is how he's able to set up everything else so he can land that heavy cross or those elbows.
And when you look at him, you think he's got good style, whatever, and it looks like someone with just his general look to his fight style shouldn't have the dog in him, and he's a fucking dog.
Oh, he is a dog.
You bet, man. You bet. He can make it look pretty, but he will fucking go to war.
100%. Like that Lobo
Felipe
fight.
Lobo.
Right?
Yep.
That fight, right? Felipe got him.
Yep.
Had him down. He was sitting on the ropes. But he was able to come back from it, and not only that, spark the guy in the 3rd round with that right hand.
Yep. Champions always find a way to win.
Lobo is known for his punching, too.
That's right.
Right? He's a good boxer, like as far as like striker with his hands. So it just shows like his character, and like what I was going back earlier is like his mindset.
Yep.
Really admire that guy.
Yep.
Another favorite fighter of mine.
If we can't come up with 3, just a couple. But,
no, I definitely can. Nico Carrillo. I was really hoping he would win the super leg fight, Jonathan Haggerty, so I could see Nico Carrillo and Jonathan Haggerty.
I
think that would be an amazing fight.
Yeah.
But now we get to see super leg, which is also a great fight as well.
You bet.
But Nico as well. I watch a lot of his fights too. He fights very uniquely. From what I mean is like he's a big guy for the weight, first of all, but he also punches from his waist. You know what I mean? Like his hands are down. He's not like punching necessarily tight guard, hands up. Like a lot of his heavy shots are like from down here, more like chest level. You know what I mean? So I like watching his fights for that, like seeing how he strikes. And he's able to get these guys. And not only that, he's like a lot of power behind his fight.
Yeah, he uses power properly.
Properly, right? He's able to put his weight into those shots.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
agreed.
Like watching him quite a bit.
And the same thing, mindset. Just that man will not break. You're not going to break him.
No.
Yep.
Not at all. And especially if you, like I met his coach too.
Right.
JP Gallagher. He's got a really great team behind him.
Sure.
Really, really great team. His coach is young, but very knowledgeable.
Yep, experienced for a young age. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm really excited for that super leg fight. And I guess my 3rd favorite would be Joe Ryan, that we were talking about earlier.
Yep, you bet.
I love watching him on RWS. I love his style for his reach and controlling the range, using his teep and those roundhouse kicks.
Yeah.
And not only that, like it's hard to catch that guy's legs.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
good call.
Very, very hard to catch that guy's legs. He's able to plant that kick, but also pull it back just in time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's not getting caught.
Yeah, he's got some, and when he throws a high kick, it's like weird. Like he's got hip dexterity like crazy.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's able to kick you anywhere. Really.
You bet, as demonstrated. You bet, man. Sorry, so one more time. Jonathan Haggard. Who was number 2 again?
Nico Carrillo.
Nico Carrillo. Thank you. And geez, now I just forgot number 3. Oh, Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan.
There you go. Beauty. That's a good list, man. All right. Well, December 14th. WBC Canadian amateur title fight versus Hassan Hikmatov in a rematch. FightLife up in Edmonton.
Yeah, get your tickets, guys.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's go support him and Hassan. The whole community.
Yeah,
even if these guys aren't fighting, go anyway. Go be part of it, right?
100%.
That's how this works.
Let's sell it out. Like, that's all I want is like a packed crowd. And yeah, I'm going to put on a good fight. You'll be on the edge of your seat. I promise that.
Yes.
So, yeah, make sure you're there.
Awesome. Any last words, sir?
No, that's everything, mate.
Beauty. All right, guys. Other than that, there's another one. So fight's done. Fight's coming up. Fights. Make sure you're part of all of them.
Awesome.
I'm going to try to have one, I think, next week. But you know how I work. Shut up. Tim Hortons, holler at your boy. Peace. See you on the next one.
Get that sponsor.